Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, friends. Good morning. Let's see. Let me take that light out of your eyes. We are live. It's 9:30 in the morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new here, I am Staar Fields. I've been trading now for a little over 5 years. And about 8 months ago, I went from being unprofitable to profitable. I began to see the market so much clearer, understanding market structure, you guys. And so I hope and pray that I can be able to share some information here that can help you guys along your journey to save you time and save you money. And I will be very patient with you because I am over 40. Okay. I'm not in a hurry. All right. Just trying to learn the skill so that we can the rest of our life can be the best of our life. And so excited about this. I hear that alert going off. So before we get started, let me go ahead and share my screen. But as always, this channel and these videos are for informational purposes only. I am not a financial advisor. I'm not advising you what to do with your money. Anything that you do on your charts is at your own risk. I am not responsible. So trade only what you can afford to lose. And nothing that I say is financial advice. It's just my personal opinion and how I see the market. All right. And so with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. You guys can hear the alerts going off. You can see my screen. Yes. Okay. So y'all can hear the alerts going off. And what we're looking for, guys, is either a buy continuation up, of course, or a sell down. That's the way the market moves. It moves up or down, right? And then sideways when we're consolidating. So let's talk about what happened yesterday. Yesterday, we had a huge push up on all of our indices, on our Dow Jones, on our NAS. And so what I was looking for was a retracement because we were not able to catch that buy yesterday. So I was looking for some type of retracement to the downside. Okay. And so with that being said, let's go ahead and mark these charts up. Now we had this high here get broken. So I'm looking for some type of sell. I was waiting to see if we were going to get it. If we break beneath here, this is the last low with a body that I'm going to be looking for a sell. Okay. Either here, break, or here. I had this 9:30-ish area marked up earlier. So let me see. And good morning, good morning, good morning in the chat. But I love to wait for the first 15 minutes so we can see what the market's going to be looking like, get some directional bias, because we could very well just continue this buy on up. But when I drew my fibs on the 4-hour last night and on the 1 hour, the 4-hour had hit negative 27. So, and I'll show you guys that. And usually after we hit negative 27, that means that we could expect some type of sell down. So let's go to 4-hour. I want to show you guys what we're looking at. There's so much on this chart. Let me go down here. Can I go to this chart? I'm looking for a chart that don't have a bunch of stuff on it. Okay. So it's a little bit clear. Yeah, this one looks like it's going to be better. So when we go down to the 4-hour, my friends, when we go down to the 4-hour, there we go. When we go down to the 4-hour, I want to show you guys what we got. We were, of course, in this huge downtrend right here. We broke out of it. This was our last high on the 4-hour, and we retested it right here. So this was our If we draw our fib on this 4-hour structure point, you'll see actually we hit the negative 61.8 on that 4-hour at 29,626. Okay, so we're looking to see if we're going to get some type of retracement, but the market could very well keep buying up. Now let me actually draw the fib on the daily. All right, so I'll go ahead and draw it on the daily. We broke structure for the daily yesterday, but we have not been able to come back and get a retracement, so it's still buying up. So with that being said, I really can't draw a fib on the daily quite yet because our daily candles are still green. We haven't had any type of pullback yet on our daily time frame. And even if we drew a fib right now from our daily break here, it hasn't given us any type of pullback at all. You guys can see we're just kind of consolidating in this area. All right. So what we're waiting to see is if we're going to get some type of retracement. And I'm going to look on the 15-minute time frame because that's the time frame that I like to get my entries off of. I already know what I'm looking for. Let's just see if we go ahead and get that. Okay, so let's see if we can get a close beneath this area here. And this is at the 890. If we get a close beneath this area here, I'm going to be looking to take it down to the tell you guys what I have marked up. I'm going to be looking to take it down to the 797, the 746, and the 682. Okay, so that's what I'll be looking for if we get a close beneath this 890. And this is what I have marked up on our NAS for this morning. All right, anybody have any questions in the chat? Let me see if you guys are there. So we're getting alerts. Our alerts are going off. And also, let's look at news. I believe we have a folder at 10. So let's look at that as well. Today's going to be a pretty busy day for me, so I'm going to be on and off. I'm going to go ahead and start my walk now. And I'll be on and off here pretty early this morning because my baby has speech therapy. For those of you who don't know, my son, baby, he has severe autism. He's nonverbal. And that's my big giant boy, and he has speech therapy. We still have him in all of his therapies. We're working with him on his communication device, trying to get him to be able to be as independent as possible. So, but that is the main reason that I want to learn how to trade, you guys, is because I want to be able to make an uncommon income because we definitely have an uncommon lifestyle. Okay, I know that when we go out to eat, I never know what he wants to eat. Okay, so we got to get the chicken fingers, the burger, the pizza. We don't know, and then I just end up eating the leftovers because I never know what he wants to eat. So we always are guessing. We play the guessing game every day. So we're gonna go ahead and start our walk, friends. You guys, we got a lot going on. Y'all hear the alerts going off. Let's see what direction are we gonna go, guys. That's why we got to give this. We got to give this tie my shoe. So those are alerts saying we're going up. All right, you guys hear those alerts? They're telling us that we are moving in an upward direction, guys. So let's see how this 15-minute candle closes. And then we can see if we can get some type of directional bias. All right, we're going to continue to move up. And that's absolutely fine because we can make money on the buy or the sell. We absolutely can. But let's see how this first 15-minute candle closes out. We're starting our walk early. I can't stay on too long today because speech therapy. We got stuff to do at school. Okay, we got stuff to do at school today. So let's look at the news and let's see what we're going to get on the news. This market is moving, y'all. Let's make up your mind. Which direction do you want to go? Let's look at our RSI too. I'm going to edit that alert. I'm going to go ahead and delete it. But we know that that's a critical area, okay? So we're deleting that alert that we had there. This is our critical area. This is our high. It's got broken and it keeps coming back up over and over because you guys keep hearing the alert go off, okay? So let's look at this RSI here. Where is it at? Where is the RSI? Where's our RSI at, huh? Where you at, RSI? Because I am not seeing you. Where are you? You guys see our RSI? The RSI has left the building. Okay. I'm just trying to see where our RSI is at. And I don't see it. Do y'all see it? I'm like, where are you? Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Friend, where have you been? I don't see you, baby. Where'd you go at, RSI? Where are you at? Okay. All right, so it looks like we're getting a break to the upside. A break to the upside. So now what we'll do is we will change our analysis, okay? Change our analysis. I think I was ready to show us the news. Let's do that real quick before I find my RSI. Today is Wednesday, August the 5th. We had our non-farm ADP non-farm payroll change. Let's see what they said with that. What was said with that? Let's see. Did they say anything about that? It was 122,000. They forecasted 118,000, and the actual was 98,000. So let's see what the change was. Let's ask good old ChatGPT. What was the change? What did the ADP non-farm employment change show today? Okay, and then at 9:45 we have final services PMI. At 10 we have ISM services PMI. All right, at 10:30 we have crude oil inventories. Okay, so that's all today. Okay, it looks like we're getting a retest, guys. Okay. Good morning, Elena. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Thanks for tuning in. I'm showing you guys the news. We're going to see what the news is showing us, that crude oil, there's crude oil at 10:30. I want to see what the, sure you guys can see my chart. Yeah. We're going to look to see what crude oil is showing us. And we want to see if we're going to go up or down, honey. We're going to see if we're going up or down. I was looking for some type of retracement back down. Let's see. Let us see. This first 15-minute candle gave us a lot of bullish momentum, and it broke through and made a new high. Okay. I'm going to look for my RSI. RSI. Where art thou? Where is it? Hit refresh. Okay. I'm like, I could not see the RSI. You guys see it now? Here we go. Now we have a RSI. I'm like, where in the world is the RSI at? Okay. All right. So we made a higher high. I'm going to be looking down here in this area somewhere to see if we can take it from the 990 up to the top of the box at the 062. Okay. That's what I'm going to be looking for. This is the NAS structure. It looks like. Is that our buyback up? Let's see if we can get a buy up here. Let's see if we can get down here to 9. A little bit better entry. Let's see. If we can get a let's see if we can get a deeper pullback. This here is my get your money out the box strategy. And I love to use this on continuations. Market broke structure. I drew a box around the break up to the high and wait for it to come back and retest and then get in for the buy back up. I usually take it to the half. You can take it here or you can take it all the way to the negative 27 if it's going to go that high. But I drew a fib as well. I would like to see a deeper, healthier retracement back down here to this 936. 38.2. That's beautiful. All righty, let's see. Anybody got any comments? Good morning, Mommy. Good morning, Elena. Good morning, good morning. We're looking at the NASDAQ this morning. I just took a little bitty buy, but I wanted to get a better entry. So I'm trying to see if it's going to give us a nice retracement down. This is in our book, Get Your Money Out the Box Strategy. So I boxed this up. And you can take it to the half or you can take it all the way back to the top, okay? So that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking to see if we're going to finish retracing and then maybe go in for a little short-term buy. All right. Originally was looking for this morning was to see if we were going to get some type of break of structure to the downside. And that would mean this area here would have to get broken at this 892. Okay. So that's kind of where we're at. Let's see what we're going to get. Let's see what I get here. We're walking early because we speech therapy today. So we're getting our walk on. We've already started walking. I'm getting ready to look at the Dow Jones. We want to see which one has the clearest market structure. Because I like to take trades that I'm clear on. That way we don't lose as much money, okay? So this is the NAS. This is down, up. Let's see. It gave us a 21 seconds left on this candle. Let's see if it's going to close. It gave us a, let's see, what was the pullback? Gave us a beautiful pullback here to the 38.2%. So could be going right to TP here at 31.46. Okay. So let's see. I'm going to go look at the Dow Jones. Let's mark up our market structure. That's important every single day. Let's look and see what we got here on the Dow. On the Dow, we've got the same thing. Okay, we've got a bullish impulse up. So we have our higher high. This was our higher high at 9:30. It broke through there. It came back. It retested. And we are flying up, okay? So this is on the Dow. If we were looking for a sell, we would have to break this area right here at the 540, 54, 465. That's 800 points away, okay? So we're looking at the same exact things on both of our structural points here. Our last low here. Let's see. Let's see. All right, see if we can get some type of pullback. $9.45 gave us a pullback. I'm looking at the pullback at the 9.45. This is TP1. see 54,944. So it's got like another 100 points left in it. Okay. Let's just see what we're going to get, guys. I'm not feeling comfortable with any of these moves today. And I hate that because I had a goal I wanted to take. Here we go. Let's see here. I wanted to take so many trades. Looks like I'm there. There we go. Let's see. Here we go. Let's see what we're getting, guys. This is where we're at right here. Let's see if we're going to get this break to the downside. Or are we going to buy up? That's what we want to know. We got a nice retracement. Let's see what we're going to get at this area. So it looks like that support looks like it's holding. Let's see what we're going to get. Let's see. So we got a higher high here. You guys see it? This would be our higher low on this smaller time frame. Okay. So this is our higher high. This is our higher low. If that area got broken, that would mean we could possibly be looking for sales down. All right. So our higher high, our higher low. If this area gets broken, then we could possibly be looking for sales down. It looks like this trend line is supporting. We got to pull back to almost the 61.8. Okay. We'll pull back almost to the 61.8. All right, that's beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful bullish momentum off that area. I'm just looking at it on all these time frames so I can see. Let's see what we're going to get. Anybody have any questions about the structure? We can draw some circles. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Anybody want to tell me where you would draw your circle at for your higher high so that we can make sure that you can identify it? I'm just switching from different time frames because the structure is not looking too incredibly clear to me on 15-minute. I definitely see the higher high here. And then we haven't broken structure for the sell on the 15-minute. So I see the higher high. And I also see where the market was. This was a low, and the market started making a higher high, broke that high there, and it pushed up and broke this high. So this is our higher high. And it looks like this area right here would be the break on that 15-minute time frame to me. But do you guys see how this flag area is red, green, green, red, green, green, red? Okay. So this whole area here looks like it's a support area on the 15-minute time frame. And it looks like it's holding. It looks like it's maintaining that support based off of what it's looking like on the retracement. We have wick rejection here. So it looks like it's maintaining that level of support. Lower low. So this would be the lower high on the 3-minute. If we looked at it as low, lower high, lower low right here, this would be the break here for the continuation of the buy. If we were going to try to buy it up here to TP right here, the 146. You just don't want to get in too soon. And you don't want to get in too late either. I mean, it's such like whenever you're doing these indices, the points, it's so many points of risk, okay? I'm going back over to Dow to see if I see anything over there. It looked very bullish as well. So this is the Dow. This is our high based off a 15-minute structure. Looks like we're getting a little bit of a pullback, not even to the 23.6. So let's just wait, friends. I'm just going to sit on my hands. We'll hold my hands up here and not take any trades, okay? But we have our structure. I'm going to go ahead and put some circles here for my structure. I got a higher high area here. All right. I got a higher low area here. All right. And this is the part of trading that is just patience. Patience pays, okay? Patience pays. This is that. Let's go back over here to NAS. This is the higher high here. This looks like a beautiful retracement here, down to almost a 61%. Okay. It did not break, you guys. It did not break. And so what you have to do is you have to look on a smaller time frame to see when does the market stop making lower lows and lower highs, okay? Because that retracement It's just simply a what? A downtrend on a smaller time frame. So when does the market stop making lower lows and lower highs? Well, you won't really know that. And I don't want to come down to the 1 minute, but you really won't know that until you have to come down to a very small time frame to see. You can see the lower lows and the lower highs, the lower lows, and this is the lower high. So we would not be able to safely jump into a buy here until the market broke the last lower high, and we can't see that structure. We have to go all the way down to the 1 minute time frame to be able to see that structure. Do you guys get what I'm saying? Because you can't see it. Really, you can see it on the 2 minute, you can see it on the 3 minute, but you can see that low got broke there, but you really can't see it on the 5 minute. Let's see, 5 minute would have been, yeah, you can't really see, clearly identify where that last lower high is at. Okay, so that's the reason why I'm jumping down to smaller time frame, just in case you're wondering, why is she doing that? So let me repeat why I'm doing that, because I'm trying to identify when the retracement is over, because I don't like to get in to the market when the market is still retracing, and then I get in right in the middle of it and I end up losing money on the deal. And so a lot of people have this question, how do I know when the retracement is over? So I'm going to show you guys. You have to go to where you can see structure clearly. Okay, now we're trading on the 15-minute time frame, so we're using the 15-minute time frame as our guide. Okay, so on the 15-minute time frame, what did we have this morning? This morning we had a break of structure right here. I'm going to go ahead and put our line there. We had a break right here. This is where the market broke structure at. What we like to do is wait for some type of retest. And the market gave us a retest down, right? When the market broke structure for that, on that 15-minute time frame, I drew a fib from the low to the high, and the market gave us a 50% retracement, okay? Because I drew the fib from this low here to this high here. Now, I looked at this as the low because this was the last low before we shot up. But some people might have looked at this as the low. Maybe they might have looked at that as the low. And if that was a low, then it gave us an 88% retracement. Okay. But either way, the market made a retracement, however you look at it. Now, what I'm looking for to see is the retracement over. I see these signs right here, which is the wick exhaustion, which is a great sign. And when I go down to smaller time frames, I'm looking to see the last higher low get broken. Okay. Looking to see the last, not higher low, I'm sorry, lower high get broken. And then when I say that, that means that this would be the last lower high, and that's on the 3 minute. Okay, this is the lower low, and then this would have been the lower high here, and that's at 30.56. I don't trade on the 3 minute, but I can't see the structural get broken on the higher time frame. So you guys can see lower low, lower high, lower low. If a market makes another low lower than this, then this will be the lower high area. But right now, this is the lower high area, and this is on the 2 minute, and it's still at that 30.58 area. So this would be the area that I would be looking to see if it gets broken, comes back and retest, and then to enter for the buy. And that doesn't give us the best entry, but if we're following structure, then that lets us know that the retracement is completely finished, okay? And that the buyers are stepping back in. And I hope that makes sense. But I'm going to keep explaining it because this is the area that I have lost so much money in. And if you've been trading for a while, let me know if you struggle with knowing when is the retracement over, okay? When is the retracement over? When is the pullback over? You guys ever wonder that? And this is something that until you figure out how to identify a way or a system that you're going to use every single time you trade, this will set you up, okay? So we want to know when the retracement is over, and the retracement technically is not over until that last higher low, gets, not higher low, the last, if we're selling down, the retracement would not be over in a sell, okay? You guys can write this down. The retracement will not be over in a sell until the last lower high gets broken and there's a higher high created, okay? So that's the way you know that that retracement is over. And the reason that I'm going down to smaller structure is so that we can see that area. I can't necessarily see it here on the 15-minute. All I see is wicks, okay? I don't see it here on the 15-minute. All I see is wicks. And you could get in for a buy off of a wick. But if you have a wick and you have a breaker structure and you can see, that makes you have more confidence in your trade. And I don't want to be stressed about my trades, guys, okay? I don't want to be getting in it and being stressed about it. So this just helps to reduce the stress, okay? So you can't necessarily see the lower highs here, but you can just see the wick, okay? The smaller the time frame you go down, you will be able to see different things. So now when we go down to the 8-minute, you still see a bunch of wicks, which still is good. But then when you go down to the 5-minute, you can see that low right here on this wick, but it's not as clear to me until I go down to like the 2-minute and the 1-minute, because that's actually where I can actually see the lower highs and the lower lows, okay? So now here, this is where we're going to mark up structure. And this is how you bring it all together, combining your 15-minute time frames with the smaller time frames, okay? So here we had our higher high, all right? All right. And then here, we broke structure right here. You guys see that? It broke structure right here, and it created a what? It created a low. A lower low right here, okay? So we're going to put this here. And when it broke structure right there, you guys see, and this is on the 1-minute. So we're not trading on the 1-minute, but we're looking at the 1-minute structure, okay? Because everything in the 1-minute structure will make you, it'll make you say, hey, I should get back in, all right? But we see it's still not done yet because look, it's still coming back down. That's why it looked like it was very tempting, but we didn't get in for the buy yet because it's still coming back down. All right, so this is the lower low. Here, I'm gonna go here, I'm gonna put lower low. All right, I'm gonna create a template. We're gonna save it as the lower low dot, okay. All right, then this right here is the what? The lower high. This is the lower high because this is a lower low here, okay? So I'm going to clone this one. Created another lower low, so that makes this lower high valid right here. And right now, this is all we've got to work with. This lower low, this is our lower high, and this is our lower low. And this is on 1 minute structure. You can go down as low as 15 minute if you want to. 15 second if you want to. I'm just looking at the 1 minute. Okay, that's usually as low as I go to look for structural areas. But let's go ahead and put this right here. This is going to be our what? Our lower high. And we're going to save this as our lower high dot. Okay, that way we don't have to type it in every time. All right, so you guys see where we are in structure. We've created a lower low. This is our lower high. Now, if this market comes over here and looks like it's trying to, if it creates a lower low, lower than this right here, if it creates a lower low, lower than this right here, then we're going to be looking at this as the lower high. Okay, we'll be looking at this as the lower high right here. So that's where we're at with structure. We would not technically, I want to be able to see structure get broken and retest it before I get in for a buy. There's been too many times that I've gotten in off of just the fact that it had a wick or whatever. And in the end, guess what happens? I lose money. I lose money. The last time I had built my live account up, and that's why I can totally understand and relate to people when they say, I lost money, I'm rebuilding. I can so relate because I had built that account from $70. I think I was over like $1,200 or $1,300. And I wasn't paying attention to all the details. That's why we don't go by indicators. We don't go by strategies. We go by market structure, okay? That's what we're looking at, market structure. We don't care about no strategy and this crossing and all that. No, I want to see what these candles are doing and how are they forming. I want to learn how to trade for real, not just looking at lines crossing. I am no longer looking for the easy button because the easy button, guess what the easy button did, guys? It cost me too much money. All right. So lower low. Now, what did we do? We just created a new lower low. So this area now here can become our lower high. All right. So this is the way we do this, okay? This is the way we do this. And yes, this is on a smaller time frame, but this is where we can see structure. We can't see structure very clearly on the other time frames. So we have to be able to see the lows, the lower highs, the lower lows, the lower highs. The only thing that we can see here on the 15 minute is we see wicks, okay? So that's why we're going down to those lower time frames so that we can see the structure play out. I want to either see it come down and test that area, or I want to see it break. Now, here is going to be our break. If we get a break here of this area right here, then Houston, things have changed. All right. Actually, on the 5 minute, let's go see what we got on the 5 minute. I want to see where our 5 minute structure is at. Our 5 minute structure is right here. So if we get a break of structure here with power right here through this level at this 896, that means that we have shifted, friends, from a sell, from a buy to a sell, because that means on that 5 minute time frame we've shifted, okay, from a buy to a sell. So let's go ahead And that makes you rethink things. And this is why you have to go through all the time frames. But drawing those circles really helps you see your structure. So this is our lower low. We had our lower high. And now you guys, we just created a new what? Lower low. Okay, right here. And I just hit clone, and I'm just going to drag it right here. This is so you guys can see it. All right, that's our last lower low. If this low gets broken and we close beneath this area here, that means we've shifted from a buy to a sell. And this is another reason why I like to wait for that first 15-minute candle to close so that you can have some directional bias, okay? We don't just want to jump in. I'm going to see if anybody has any questions because I know I've been talking a lot in the chat. Anybody have any questions about anything I'm saying? Do I need to clarify anything? Because I want you guys to really take notes of this because this happens all the time in the market. And some people call it a fake out, but really it's a FOMO. We have the fear of missing out. So we say the market faked us out. But really, when we have that feeling, is we are feeling the fear of missing out. We don't want to miss out on the buy. We don't want to miss out on the sell. And so we jump in without having all of those confirmations. Okay. So I'm looking at market structure on the smaller time frame because I can see it clearly there. But I'm taking my entries based off of the 15-minute breaks of structure. Okay. Taking my entries based off of our 15-minute. Alrighty, I don't see no questions, so I'm going to keep on going. You guys, looks like everybody's feeling comfortable with that and seeing the dots clearly. You see our lower lows and our lower highs clearly. I just want to make sure you guys are seeing. This is our lower low. And if we make a lower low lower than this one right here, what will happen? This is why it's good to be on these calls in the morning because you can see the structure happening in real time. If we break this low, then this high right here will become our lower high. Okay. So if this low gets broken, then this high will become our lower high. All right. If this low gets broken, then this high will become our lower high. But also, if this low gets broken, we're going to be looking to see if we have shifted structure on the 5-minute from a buy to a sell, okay? And on the 15-minute, all right? So this is going to be a very critical area right here. So if this low gets broken, not only will this become our lower high right here, but that could possibly mean that we're shifting now to get the sell that we've been looking for. I've been looking for it since last night. And I can speak on FOMO and fear of missing out because I got in a trade last night and I lost money because it didn't go my direction. I was just anticipating it so bad, anticipating the sale all night long. Okay. See if we have any questions. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and go over here to the Dow Jones now. What are we getting? You guys see what we're getting? We're getting a what? It's looking like it's trying to break that area. Let's see if we're going to get that break. Okay, it's breaking. So we got the new lower low. So now we have a new what? Lower high. This is our new lower high area right here. Let's see how we're going to close beneath here on on the 5-minute time frame and on the 15-minute time frame. Let's see what the 15-minute, how much longer do we have on our 15-minute candle? We have 13 minutes left on this 15-minute candle. All right. So let's see what we're going to get here. Let's see, friends. Definitely got that bullish momentum. I mean, the bearish momentum. Talking about bullish momentum. I want to see how we close here. So I'm going to be looking at this 5-minute candle. We got 2 minutes left on it. I want to see it break beneath here. And I want to see it come back and retest this area here, this trend line here. Let's see what we can get for this close beneath. Or are we simply going to wick and buy back up? So that's why you have to pay attention to all of your details, okay? You got to pay attention to every single thing. Now we got 1 minute left on this candle. Let's see what we're going to get here. Did we have news at 10:30? Because that's a lot of momentum. Can't remember if we did or not. We had news at 10. Oh, yeah, we had crude oil at 10:30. Okay. Yellow folder. Our non-farm payroll change. Our final services PMI was 54.6, which is better than forecasted. Forecasted was 53.6. This is final services PMI. So let's ask ChatGPT, what does that mean? Okay, so I asked ChatGPT, what is final services PMI? And here they go. I'm going to be able to explain it in the 5-year-old version. Okay. You look and see what's happening here. Let's see, we're getting that close beneath, guys. We are getting that. We got 2 seconds left. Boy, oh boy. We got that close beneath. Okay. We did get that close beneath. Okay. $8.53, 9:14. 8 minutes left on this 15-minute candle. Righty. Just passing another alert. We had an alert set there, guys. Okay. So let's talk about what is Final Services PMI. What's Final Services PMI? All right, here's what ChatGPT has to say about that. They say, imagine you own a lemonade stand. You ask your friends, did you sell more lemonade this month? One friend says yes. Another friend says no, it was slow. Another says it was about the same. Then you count everyone's answers to see if lemonade stands are doing well. That's basically what PMI does. It asks businesses that provide services questions like hotels, restaurants, airlines, banks, hospitals, hair salons, delivery companies, technology companies. They answer questions like, are you getting more customers? Are you hiring more people? Are people spending more money? Is business getting better or worse? If most businesses say we're busy, that's good news. The economy is growing. People have money to spend. If most businesses say it's really slow, that's not such good news. It could mean people are spending less money. What does PMI mean? PMI stands for Purchasing Managers Index, okay? A purchasing manager is simply the person at a company who orders supplies and often notices whether business is getting busier or slower before everyone else. So what does final mean? Imagine your teacher says you got an 89% on your test. Later, she checks one more answer and says, actually, your final grade is 91. The first number was an estimate. The second number is the final score. The Final Services PMI is just the updated version after all the survey responses have been counted. Okay? So that was a great example that ChatGPT broke down for us. And I want you guys to know, as a trader, you should think about the final services, PMI, as a report card for service businesses, because services make up a large part of the U.S. economy. This report card can move mountains. So higher than expected PMI often means the economy is stronger than expected. Stocks may rise, but if traders think the Federal Reserve might keep interest rates higher because the economy is strong, markets can also react negatively. And lower than expected PMI may suggest the economy is slowing. Sometimes that's bad for stocks, but sometimes markets like it because it increases the chance of lowering interest rates. Okay? So today, once again, our PMI was greater than expected. So that's the reason why I went into what I just went into. The final services PMI was 54.6, which was greater than what was forecasted. Okay. And you guys remember that PMI, it stands for what? PMI stands for Purchasing Managers Index. All right. Purchasing Managers Index. So I hope you guys are learning something over here. We are waiting for some type of retracement so that we can jump in on the sale at this area. Let's see how we got 1 minute left on this 15-minute candle to close. So that's where we're at with that. I would love to be able to jump in and get in on this retracement that I've been waiting for all night long. I've been waiting for that. Okay. So let's see if we're going to be able to jump in and get on that. Okay. Anybody have any questions about anything? Let's look in the chat. Are you getting in for a sale? I am. Market structure is a key. Good, good, good. I'm looking for a sell entry right now. Yes. Looking for a sell entry right now. We just broke structure right here for the sell down. I'm looking for a retracement back up here somewhere, and then I would love to be able to sell it down. Okay. That would be a great day. Well, it's still going to be a great day either way. All right. But if I can make money, that just gives me a little extra oomph. Okay. So we are on this walking pad, guys. How many of you guys are getting your physical fitness in? 64 minutes we've been walking. Okay. We got about 35 more minutes. I won't be on here too much past that because we got speech therapy today. So we're going to look and see if we can make some money here live on these charts with everybody. And I appreciate you guys tuning in. If you're new here, I've been trading now for over 5 years and became profitable about 8 months ago. And one of the things that I hope and pray that I can do is teach you guys how to learn market structure. We're not focusing on a whole bunch of strategies and this line crosses that line. I want to teach you how to look at the chart. Any chart. Oh my goodness. Congratulations, mommy. Exercise for 1 hour today. Yes. There you go, honey. Keep them legs moving. All right. But we focus on market structure and how to be able to see the market. I don't want to teach you guys strategies. I don't want to teach you a whole bunch of indicators. I want you to learn about these higher highs and higher lows. I want to try to make them as easy for you to see as possible. Okay. And so I focus on that by drawing circles and lines and trying to help you guys be able to see market structure. And I'm going to be explaining stuff to you guys, breaking it down step by step so that you can learn what it took me 5 years to learn. My prayer is that something that I can say can save you some time because I'm over 40. Okay. And let me tell you, when you're over 40, you don't want to waste your time. Okay. I didn't want to waste my time when I was 20, but I felt like I had more time to waste then. But now being a over 40s special needs mom, I don't have no time to be wasting on this. I'm trying to learn this stuff as fast as I can learn it. Okay. So we got our break beneath, guys. We're looking for a retracement up. Okay. And then we're going to be looking for the sell down. Come on. This was my area here, that 88.90. Come on back up, baby. All right. I'm going to get in here. Let's see if we can get this pushed down from here. This is our break area. Let's see if we can get a push down from this area. Here we go. And a little too soon again. Here we go. Let's get a trend line here. And let's go. We're looking for a sell down to this 822. You guys have any questions about anything we've been saying so far? Any questions, guys? All right, we're riding this down here to 822 and then hopefully to the 794. Right? You guys see it? Hopefully we can create a new lower low. That's what we want to see continue to happen. This is our low. This was our lower high. We want to see our market continue to create lower lows. So let's see if we can keep getting that push down. We're creating lower lows and lower highs, guys. We're in a downtrend. So we want to see if we can keep getting that push. We're up 90, 99, 99. And a half won't do. Lord, I'm running, trying to make 100 because. All right. Let's see what we're going to get here at this area. If we can keep pushing on down to the 794, that would be beautiful. But y'all know I usually take my money right here at the 0. Okay. Some reason I'm being greedy. I don't need to be greedy. Let's see. Let's see if we're going to get that push. If we don't get a push past this low this time, I'm taking my money. Let's see. Come on, market. Come on, come on, come on. Let's see, guys. There we go. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Beautiful trade. Is it going to keep going? Beautiful. I'm going to go ahead and close out. That was a beautiful move. You guys seen it? Okay. This is TP. So let's see if we get a reversal here. That was a beautiful move, though, guys. Okay, if it comes back up here and retest these areas here, then we'll get in again. All right. But that was a beautiful push. Did y'all see that? Almost 200 bucks. Y'all seen it came right to the line, right? And this is why we're not teaching strategies. What are we teaching? Somebody type it in the chat. Elena Ben said we're teaching structure. Somebody type market structure in the chat because that's what we're doing. Teaching market structure, okay? Market structure is the key. We're not talking about no bunch of strategies. You guys just seen that almost $200. And that's how you do it, friends, okay? I'm going to try to get this funded challenge done by Friday. I will be purchasing 2 more funded challenges, and then we're going to be copy trading. And that means that everything that we make on here, we're going to be making it times 3. Okay, so I'm super duper excited about that. Everything that we make in here is going to be times 3. All right. Market structure. That's right, mommy. Market structure. Okay. Market structure for the win. Okay. And you walked the hour today. That is good. I know you're going to be feeling good and strong. That's what it's all about. God has blessed us with these temples, and we got to take the best care of them that we possibly can. All right, guys, we've been trading, but we have not done our devotions. So what we're looking for now in the market, just so you know, before we do our devotions, is we are looking to see if we're going to get some type of deeper retracement back up here, okay? Because this is 15-minute market structure that we are trading on. We broke structure here, but I took an entry off of the 5-minute because I could see the pullback there. You guys see, I waited for that pullback, and then I took my sell down, okay? And we got to that -7 TP. So now what we're doing is we're going to see what the market's going to give us at this area. We want to see if we're going to get any green candles to turn us around, or are we going to buy back up here and test these levels up here? So that's what I'm looking for right now. Okay. So that's why I'm not in a trade. I'm looking because I just made almost 200. So now we're going to look to see if there's going to be another selling opportunity or what the market's going to do. We expect the market to sell down a little bit more, but we cannot, look, we can't tell the market what to do. Now, I'm going to tell you guys something. This is a higher high, and this is on the 1 hour structure. And this is our higher low on 1 hour. When the market just wicked down like that, it just broke that structure on that 1 hour, okay? So now what we usually will get after that is we'll get some type of retracement back up here. So that's what I want to see happen. This is our higher high. Let's mark up structure. Let's mark up our market structure. That's what we're doing, because that's what we do. We keep market structure in the front, okay? Smaller time frame. But this is our higher high right here. I'm going to go ahead and make it green. Green is what I use for my 1 hour. And then this is our what? What comes before the higher high? We got to have a higher low, right? And that would be our higher low right here. And this higher low, if this area gets broken, which it just did with the wick though, got broken with the wick, then we're going to expect the market to give us a beautiful sell, okay? That's going to be a sell on 1 hour market structure, which is going to be a little bit longer, a little bit more profitable, okay? So this is our 1 hour structural line. We want to see it get broken with power. It just got broken with a wick, okay? So we want to see it break, come back up and retest, and then we'll be looking for a sell down, okay? And we know we need that sell because the market yesterday bought up over 900 points on the Dow. Yesterday, people became multi-millionaires and billionaires, okay? Because that market gave so much yesterday, all right? So we just wicked it. We're going to look for some type of retracement, and then we'll see what the market's going to give, okay? But that's just on the 1 hour, so I want you guys to be mindful. I know I'm not going to be on here to look at that trade with you guys because I'll be off here in about 20 minutes. And then I got to go to take my baby to speech therapy today. However, hope you guys are learning. That's my most important thing. Hope y'all are learning. So you guys see that was 15-minute market structure that we just participated in, and now we're looking at 1 hour market structure. So you always want to have these areas marked up. This will be the break on the 1 hour, and you want to mark it up so that you know this is the break on the 1 hour. This will be the break on the 15-minute, blase, blah, 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 okay? It'll be the break of structure right here on the 1 hour if this area gets broken, okay? All right, let's go ahead with our devotions for today. Yesterday, we talked about not being anxious for anything. And I just thank God for that word, because we don't want to live a life with anxiety, always worried about everything, but we want to give everything to the Lord, okay? We don't have to be stressed out. And today our scripture is Romans 12:2. Our subject is acceptable to God, all right? Now, if you guys want to know what I'm reading out of, I'm reading out of the meditation journal. You guys can see it. It is the meditation journal, Appreciating God, Sunrises and Sunsets, okay? Being able to be thankful that the Lord woke you up and let you see a new day, and then be able to go night-night, all right? See the sunset and go night-night. This is written by Deborah Ann Bartlett, who happens to be my favorite girl in the whole wide world, and she's also my mommy. And now she's also in the chat. You guys see her? She's in the chat as Deborah Ann Bartlett. That's my mommy, okay? So I want you guys to, you guys can definitely go follow her on YouTube and Pastor Dab, okay, under both of those. And you guys will be able to hear a good word from her, all right? Now, our subject today is being acceptable to God. Acceptable to God. It's a beautiful picture of the sunset, okay? A beautiful picture of the sun setting on the water. I love that about the book, too. A lot of these pictures she's taken, they ain't AI pictures. She's took them with her own camera throughout the whole United States, all the different places that we visited while traveling in our RV, okay? And this particular title today says being acceptable to God. Romans 12:2. And do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind, that you may prove what is good and acceptable and the perfect will of God, okay? And so that's Romans 12:2. Don't be transformed by everything that's going on in this world. Don't be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind, okay? And the author wrote, my mommy wrote, we need to know God's plan for our lives so we can follow his instructions and not get sidetracked on this journey called life, being led by the Holy Spirit instead of the evil one, okay? So she says, we need to know God's plan for our lives so we can follow his instructions and not get sidetracked on this journey called life, being led by the Holy Spirit instead of the evil one. And I think that's such a good word, because being sidetracked by this thing called life, this life will definitely sidetrack you. It can sidetrack any of us, even the best of us, okay? You can think you're the most focused person in the world. I bet you the news can come on. One of the most distracting things is our cell phones, okay? Those cell phones can really just distract you. It's all those notifications. As I say notifications, here's a notification right now. But all those things can distract you guys. They can distract you so much to the point that you don't know if you're coming or going, okay? You don't know if you're coming or going. And so you don't want to be distracted by every little thing that comes your way. You don't want to be distracted by every business opportunity that somebody tries to bring you, okay? I used to sell Mary Kay. Actually, I still sell Mary Kay. I love Mary Kay, okay? I still sell Mary Kay. Earned 5 cars, three pink Cadillacs. And because I had some success in Mary Kay, because I genuinely love people, I love helping women feel their best, inspiring them to be their best, to look their best, to make as much money as possible. Okay, I love that. I've been doing that for a long time, helping people. However, because I love people so much, every time somebody gets in a network marketing thing, you know, they call me. They call me. And all those things can be distractions, okay? They can all be distractions. And you really do have to know what God has for you. Like, what does he have for you? And ask him, since we're on this trading platform, ask him if this is what the Lord would have for you to do. You know, ask him and just say, Lord, if it's for me, show me. If it's not for me, show me that too. And if he's not for you, ask him to take the taste out of your mouth, okay? Don't let me even want to do it. Take the desire away from me, because you can get rich doing a bunch of things, okay? There's so many areas that you can have massive success with. You can become a social media influencer. You can sell on Amazon. You can get on TikTok and have a store. I mean, there's so many things that you can do to be successful. You don't have to be a trader. You don't have to learn market analysis. You don't have to do this. This is not for, it's only for people that want to stick with it and learn, okay? It's not for people that just want to get rich quick, because it's not get rich quick. If it was, then we would have been rich 4 years ago, all right? But it takes time to learn. But my point is, ask the Lord, what is it that you would have me to do, so that when things come up there, that you're not distracted by them. Okay, that's my whole point. We don't want to be distracted by anything. And even in trading, and I'm going to say this, one of the reasons that it took me 5 years to become profitable is because every time I turned around, I was learning this strategy, that strategy, this strategy, and that strategy. If this crosses this, if you learn how to use the CCI, if you learn how to do this, if you put this EMA on there, the 10,000 EMA, it's the most strength. You know, all that stuff people would say, guys, and I had all these lines and indicators and everything on there. And that's what kept me unprofitable, because I didn't want to learn the hard stuff, which was just simply market structure. So anyway, back to our scripture. Our scripture is Romans 12:2. Don't be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind, that you may prove what is good and acceptable in the perfect will of God. And that's what we want to be. We want to be in the will of God. If God don't want me to do it, I don't want to do it. I don't want to be anywhere God isn't, okay? If he wants, and where he's there, if he's there, you know, if he's there and he told me to be there, he'll make provision for me to be there, okay? He'll make a way for me to be there. He'll make a way, okay, for me and for you. The Lord will see you safely through. I know the Lord, he'll make a way. Oh, yes, he will. He'll make a way. If he tells you to do it, he'll make a way. All right. If he tells you to stay in it, he'll show you the way. All right. So you just got to trust him and you got to keep at it. But don't let all these different people, all these different teachers and people saying that they're making millions on trading and all that. Don't let all that stuff be a distraction to you guys, because it can turn into a distraction. It can turn into a distraction. You can buy all these million different courses and you can still not know how to trade. Okay. So I really want to encourage you guys to learn the most important thing. Trust God and really ask the Lord to let you know what it is that he would have for you to do. And that's our scripture, Romans 12:2. I'm going to go ahead and put it in Google. So let's see what Google says about our scripture. And we got, you guys, we've been walking now for almost 100 minutes, 90 minutes. I'm getting ready to turn my walk up. Let me go ahead and get our Google to Romans 12:2. And let's see what Google says. It tells people not to copy the bad ways of the world, okay? Don't copy the bad ways of the world. It says to let God change how you think. Hallelujah, okay? This change helps you know that God helps you to know what God wants you to do. Exactly what my mom said. Ask the Holy Spirit to lead you, okay, and guide you. It helps you to know what God wants you to do. Do not conform. Do not copy the bad habits and ideas around you. Okay, I was conforming to all them indicators. All right, don't conform, but be transformed. Let God change your heart and your life, okay, from the inside out, okay? Be transformed. We're not just over here copying indicators. We're going to have a transformation to where we're becoming, you're in the process of becoming a market analyst, okay? You're in the process of becoming. How does that feel to be able to say that? I know when I started to have that as my identity, I started to walk in that thing. I said, you know what? When I leave out of this house, I'm gonna have my suit on. I'm gonna have my nice heels on. I'm not even going to school looking the same. I'm going to school looking like a market analyst, because that's who I am. I'm a market analyst. I started wearing some blazers, whatever a market analyst looked like in your head. But I started identifying as that, okay? I started to conform myself, to transform myself to the image of what I thought that was, okay? Because I was renewing my mind. I was learning how to think in a new way. The old way of thinking says, if I don't get rich quick, this is a scheme, a scam. It's not worth it. But the new way of thinking says, I'm learning a new skill. I'm becoming a market analyst. I'm learning how to change my family's life. I'm not looking for get rich quick schemes. I'm not looking for all these things that happen overnight. I'm looking to transform and to become a new thing, okay? And so that's how you have to renew your mind, guys. It's what you tell yourself. I'm becoming, like right now, you see that, you guys see me walking. I exercise. I'm an avid exerciser. Y'all probably didn't know that 10 years, 15, 20 years ago, I wouldn't even be able to walk on this walking pad like this. I wouldn't even be walking on doing the elliptical machine. I hated exercising. Hated it, okay? And now, what do? Every morning I get up. I come on here live, and I'm walking 6 to 7 miles a day, burning 700 calories, okay? So, who are you becoming? Who are you becoming? Are you being transformed, okay? Are you being transformed? And continue to pray for God's will in your life. God, show me what it is you would have for me to do, all right? And so that's our scripture for today, Romans 12:12. You guys know we have our devotions every single day when we're on here. And I appreciate you guys. And to make sure that you check out this book, Meditation Journal, Appreciating God's Sunrises and Sunsets. Is available on Amazon, okay, underneath Deborah and Bartlett. That's my mommy. All right. So let's go back over here to these charts and see what we are going to do. We're waiting to see if we're getting that break of structure beneath this line here, or if it's going to just be a test. Because remember, we've talked about areas being tested areas, and we talk about areas being broken areas, okay? So let's see if that's just going to be a test or if it's going to be a break with power beneath, all right? This is what it's looking like on the 1 hour structure. Let's go ahead and look at it on the 15 minute structure. And let's go ahead and look at it. I want to look at it on the 5 minute structure. This is actually where we had marked it up originally. And that's why that TP hit so fast. You guys can see. Came back for the retracement, and then TP smacked, okay? So we are on the walking pad, guys. We've gone 5.7 miles, 660 calories. We got about 5 minutes left. We're looking to see what we're going to get here now on this 1 hour time frame, if we're going to get a breaker structure beneath that area. Okay, if we get a break there, then we're going to be looking for the retracement leg to come back up, and then we'll be taking it back down. All right. So that's where we're at, friend. We're going to be looking for a break underneath that green line at that 29,801. Be looking for a break underneath there on our 1 hour time frame. And then the next step would be our retracement leg back up. And then we would be waiting for a break back down for the sell. It's a lot of different steps, I know. It's a lot. I know. But guess what? It's so worth it. Once you learn market structure, you can look at any of your own charts. You can look at your T-Mobile. You can look at all of your charts. If you have some Apple, some Amazon, some Bitcoin, you'll be able to look at all your charts and see where are you at on those charts, okay? You'll be able to see, should I hold it or should I let it go? That one song, you gotta know when to hold it, okay? Know when to fold it, okay? You gotta know when to do that, okay? And that's what I didn't know. I didn't know that. In my book, Trading Made Simple for Everyday People, I tell a story about how during the pandemic, how I bought some Moderna stock. I bought like $25 worth, y'all. It went up to over $5,000. I didn't buy $25. I bought about 25 of them. About 200. I think I spent probably 250 or something like that. And it went up to over 5,000, but I didn't know how to trade at that time. I didn't know what to look for. I didn't know anything about negative 61.818 means reversal and all this stuff. So that market completely went up. And then the other day I looked at it and they're like back down to hardly nothing. Okay. And so worst case scenario, even if you don't want to be a day trader or a market analyst, you can at least look at your own personal stocks, your own personal investments, and you can know what's going on. Y'all see this drop? Do you see? Do you see what I'm talking about? Do you know where you're going to? Do you like the things that life is showing you? Where are you going to? Do you know? You see that? Y'all see this drop? Okay, so we're getting that drop. Getting that drop. We're at 693 calories, guys. We're getting a beautiful finish to our walk. I always speed it up to 5.0 on the last 10 minutes because that's the way I live my life, okay? We're going to finish strong, okay? We're going to have a strong finish, all right? So can you guys continue to see the market structure? Do you see the market structure? Somebody type market structure if you're still here in the chat. Let's see. Market structure. Do y'all see the market structure? Okay. This is a 5-minute. I want to make sure you guys see it. We had it all marked up beautifully this morning. And we had to do that because if not, we had to do that this morning because if we didn't do that, I was tempted to look for a buy, even though I already had my sight set on a sell. I was tempted to look for a buy. 703 calories, friends. We got that beautiful walk in over 6 miles. Yeah, it was good. We've been on here for an hour and 49 minutes. So, it was a good little walk. Yeah, I was tempted. You don't see my screen. Refresh. If you don't see, hit refresh. If you don't see my screen is still there. Let me see if I can see my screen. Screen still there. Let me make sure. I shall not be moved. Oh, you see me walking on the thing, but you don't see my screen. You should still see my screen. I'm sharing my screen. Hit refresh. Because I'm in the little corner here on the screen. You should still see the screen. Let me see what I see. I'm sweating. That's what I feel. All right. Let's see. We're live. You guys don't see my chart? I don't either. How long has it been like that? Has it been like that for a long time or just a little bit? Where'd the charts go? On my way to heaven, I shall not be moved. All right, you guys should be able to see him now. Thank you for sharing. I don't know what happened. That's why we got to stay connected. Make sure y'all let me know, because I'm thinking y'all can see the charts. And y'all can't even see the charts. Thank you for sharing that. All right, so I reshared. I can see him now. So what I want you guys to do, let's mark up this market structure one more time. Thank you. Thanks for letting me know you didn't see the charts. All right, you guys, we are having a great trading day. We made almost $200 on the sell down here off of NAS. I want to do a quick recap of why we got in and what we were looking for, okay? I think these recaps will help everybody. So I'm going to go back here to the 15-minute. And I'm going to start here when the market opened, okay? I hear my baby. All right, I want to start here to when this market opened. And we are going to go right here to delete that. Okay. I'm going to use these scissors and we're going to go right here to where the market was at 8:45, okay? If you guys have TradingView and you have, I believe, some type of paid account, you can get bar replay, which might help you. So I just went back in time to 8:45, and I want you guys to see what happened at 8:45. At 8:45, this was our high right here, and it had made a low right here, all right? And we were trying to see if we were going to get a break above this high or what was going to happen, all right? So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to hit play so you guys can see what happened. So this is what happened at 9. You guys can see we shot up, okay? And at this point, you guys, we broke structure. When the market shot up right here, it looked as if we were going to go in for a buy, okay? Because we broke structure at this area here, okay? So it looked as if we were going to go in for a buy. I even drew a box around it to see if we were going to go higher, and I even drew a buy fib, okay? Because I was looking for a buy because we had broke structure for a buy, okay? We broke that high. It looked like we made a higher high and that this was our higher lowish area over here, all right? But I didn't want to go in for a buy too soon. I actually got a little bit of the buy, but then I got out because I said I wanted to get a deeper retracement. So then the market started to give us a retracement here. You can see it tested this high, and then the market started to give us this retracement here, which it came back down to the 50. Let me try to get on this fib here. Yeah, it came back down to the 50% and then the 61.8%. But then I had this level here marked up. I said, if this breaks right here at this level right here, if this area breaks right here, then we're going to be having a break of structure. And I went down to a smaller time frame on the 5-minute. And on the 5-minute, you can see that this was our last low. And when that area got broken, then I said, we're no longer going to be looking for buys, okay? Because the market has just shifted structure on the 5-minute for the sell. But I was looking for buys. And the thing that helped me today not get in a buy when the market was still selling was because we drew our structural points all the way on the 1 minute. I'm going to show you guys. We had it all drawn out on the 1 minute. And I was saying to you guys, the way you know when the retracement is over, The way you know when the retracement is over is you have to wait for the last lower high to get broken. And the market never broke the last lower high. I went all the way down to the 1 minute to where I could see structure. I had our higher high, and then it broke here, and it made a lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. It never, ever, ever broke that lower high. And then what did it do? It made a lower low. When it made that lower low right here, that let me know that we are going to be selling. Okay. That let me know we were going to be selling because we broke through that low there. All right. And so let me go ahead and hit play on the bar replay so you guys can see what happened. Market broke through that structural area. You see, guys, that's what it broke through. And that let me know that we were going to be selling. We waited for the retracement to come back up to this 880-ish area. And we got in for the sell down. Okay. We waited for the sell to come back up here. And then we got in for the sell down. I think we were in about $30 to $40 worth of drawdown before we hit TP. I had drew the trend line. You see that? And then we got in for that. And this is where we made our money, right here to here. And that was almost $200. All right. So this was our trade this morning, and it was a good trade. All right. I just want to make sure that everybody knows I was looking for buys because market broke structure for the buy. But it never ever, when it came down to the retest, it never ever broke the last lower high. And that's that saved us right there, okay? Of not continuing to look for buys, even though we had technically we broke above that last high and we could have been looking for buys, okay? Overall, last night I was looking for a sell. This morning I was looking for a sell, but then it looked like it wanted to buy. So see, that's how the market will make you change your mind. So just be mindful of that, okay? Be mindful of that and always follow structure, because by following the structure, even on the 1 minute, it still did not lead us astray to make us get in for a buy because it never broke the last lower high. All right. So with that being said, I hope this video was helpful to you guys. I want to see if we have any questions in the chat. Any questions in the chat before we go? I want to make sure you guys are understanding market structure. I had the bar replay on. Does everybody know how to use their bar replay? If you have a paid for TradingView account, you can use it. And right now in the market, let's see where we're at right now in the market. We're on bar replay right now. Anybody have any questions in the chat? All right, guys. Well, pay attention to market structure as the day unfolds. Okay. We broke beneath this low on the 1 hour. Okay. We broke beneath there with this wick 2 times. We haven't closed beneath there with, well, we have 29 minutes left on this candle. So let's see if we close beneath here. And if we do, then we'll be looking for the next leg will be our retracement leg. So this will be our break leg right here. And then our next leg will be our retracement leg. That's going to be going up. So it's going to start to make higher highs and higher lows and higher highs and higher lows. And then what you're going to be looking for is you're going to be looking for a break of structure even on your retracement leg. Okay. And that's the area that will keep you from getting in the trades too soon. All right. So does anybody have any questions? Wait to see if market break structure here beneath this green line on this futures chart is at 798.20. Well, yeah, 798.25. Okay. So make sure to see if the market break structure there on that 1 hour time frame. That'll be a break on our 1 hour. And then start to look for higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows to be formed. And then we'll be waiting for a break of structure on that smaller time frame for the sell back down. Okay. So I hope that this was helpful for you guys. I come on every day that I possibly can, Monday through Friday. I'm here at 9:30. I love helping you guys learn how to trade and to see market structure clearly. And I thank y'all for being a part of our morning session. If you guys need more help with trading, I do have a book out. It's called Trading Made Simple for Everyday People. Here comes my baby. I.E. Come on, Bubba. Come and say hi to our friends. This is my book, Trading Made Simple for Everyday People. It's on Amazon. It's by me, Staar. It's over 280 pages of excellence. And a lot of the things that we go over here in the morning are in this book. Chapter 5 tells you all the colors that I use that you guys see on my charts for my different time frames. So it just tells you everything. I have so many charts and stuff in here. This is my personal journal of how I learned how to trade. And actually, I put everything in this manual. So I teach my family how to trade right from here. My mom is on. She's 73. Okay. And she's learning how to trade. And you guys, this book is really great. It's really it's all encompassing. It's got a lot of stuff in there. Okay. So this is what we've been going through. So if you guys need more help, you can pick it up on Amazon. And if you guys have any questions, make sure you leave them in the chat. Gabe, come and say hi to our friends. I want to introduce you guys to Gabe. Come and say hi. He's giving y'all a drum solo. Oh, watch your toesies, Bubba. Watch your toesies. Can you come say hi to our friends? Can you say hi, friends? Come here. Come here. Say hi. Can you give him a hi? 1, 2, 3. Say hi. He gave you a Can you give him a hi? 1, 2, 3. Say hi. Can you give him a hi? He gave y'all So that's my Gabriel. He has severe autism, but we say autism ain't got him. All right. So we're ready to start our day. We got speech therapy. So we're ready to jump in. I got to go turn into super mommy, wash 2 butts, brush 2 sets of teeth, and comb 2 heads. So that's what I do after I get off these charts. Okay. So, but I appreciate you guys being on. I will see you guys tomorrow, God willing. I'm Staar, and you've been doing what? Trading with the stars. Love you guys. Have a great day. And don't forget to look back at your scripture, Romans 12:2. See you guys later. Bye-bye.